Moving to study in a new country could be a daunting task. Now seeing how students have taken this process and how life looks like once you arrive at Stirling will reassure the international students who are planning to study at the University of Stirling. So guys, in this video, I'll be giving you guys a sneak peek into a day or two in my life as an international student studying at the University of Stirling. Come along with me, let's go. Hi guys, my name is Akinwale and I'm an international student from Nigeria, currently enrolled for a master's degree program in digital media and communication at the University of Stirling, right here in Scotland. So before we get into the video, let me give you guys a little bit of a backstory and how settling to a new environment was quite a seamless process for me. So a few weeks before traveling to the UK, one of the few things I did was to join some groups online, and this gave me an idea of what the new environment is going to look like. Then secondly, while in Nigeria, I applied for the role of a student social media ambassador for the University of Stirling. Quite a number of students applied for the role, and I'm thankful for being part of the few students selected, and also get to be a unibody as well. I'll come back to that later on in part of this video. So to get myself ready for the day, I've had this particular morning routine for quite a number of years, which includes drinking a bottle of water and eating fruit in the morning. I actually think you all should try this routine. Your immune system will thank you for it later on. Then I get a bottle of tea with milk as well. So while at it, I try to get some few things done on my laptop as well, like checking my students' email for any updates from my professor, replying to mails, checking deadlines for assignments, and so on. So I actually stay at John Fortis Court, which in my own opinion is one of the best accommodation and international students should stay. I like how it's really central to everywhere for me. Anyways, I'll get back to that later on in this video. So I also have a skincare routine, which to be very honest with you, I've not really been consistent with it. But for the sake of this video, let's just say I did it, right? So here I am, all set for today's class. You know, it took me like a week or two to adjust to the transport system here. Unlike Nigeria, where you can just step outside and get a cab anytime you want, here it's a different ballgame entirely. The buses are well timed to arrive at each bus stop. So Google Maps is my next best friend, telling me what time a bus will arrive. I could use the bicycle service to the school, but it's so sad that I never learned how to ride a bicycle while growing up. So the next best option is to walk down to school. Another thing I had to adjust to was the daylight savings, where everywhere literally gets dark as early as 5 p.m. and the day doesn't properly break till 8 a.m. So there are just like 8 hours of daylight right here in Stirling. Now, although this is only during the winter month, because during the summer, Scotland could actually get up to 18 hours of daylight. And of course, the weather isn't really stable. It could really be raining heavy right now and the sun could come out the next moment. Quite a number of things to adapt to, if I must say. So here we are for one of my classes at Pathfoot Building, and these are some of my friends from Nigeria studying digital media and communications as well. And these are the few shenanigans we engage in before the class starts. So for this semester, my classes usually hold at Pathfoot Building and Cultural Building, and here are just some sights from how my classes looks like. So after my classes, I'm usually at the student hub. If I'm not rushing home, I could be there for an hour or two to either study at the library, catch up with friends, or have some snacks to eat. It all depends on the vibe for that day. And the student hub area is actually a cool spot, and there seems to be an art house just around the corner. So usually after my classes, I could go to the store to get some groceries or any other household item. Now remember earlier on, I said John Fortis Court is one of the best accommodation for an international student. So hear me out, guys. Now for someone who is trying to get settled into a new environment, one of the few things you want to avoid is stress. So this particular accommodation is really central to everywhere for me. There are 2 grocery stores not far from there. It's not far from the city center. It could be a walkable distance to the campus if you want. It's not far from the train station. My church is also around the corner. So for today, I went to an African store to get some ingredients to cook a meal known as eforiro back in Nigeria. It's actually a Yoruba delicacy and it tastes really nice. And I have interesting flat meat as well from Nigeria, Kenya, China, and India. And the diversity in our cultural background is actually the beauty in our friendship. Because I've learned a lot of things like trying out food from other countries, hanging around the kitchen to gist, sharing different stories about our culture, and so many other interesting things. Now, thankfully, the World Cup is on. Even though the Super Eagles of Nigeria failed to qualify for the World Cup, that shouldn't stop us from supporting other African countries, right? And usually, some of our friends also come around to visit later in the day, and we could have some party later at night as well. I mean, it's usually a vibe in my flat whenever these things happen. And sometimes I could be in my room working. So earlier in this video, I spoke about applying for the role of a student social media ambassador and also being a part of the Unibody team as well. So what this means basically is producing content for the University of Stirling's official social media channels. Just exactly what I'm currently doing right now. Or you could chat me up on Unibody if you need to make some enquiries or plan to resume in the forthcoming academic session. Just visit stir.ac.uk/chat. And you locate me there. My name is Akinwale, or any other member of the Unibody team as well. And if I'm not doing all these, I could be getting some assignments done or doing some production and editing work for my clients as well. And on some other days, we could just be playing some games. And if you feel like you could beat me at any of these games, such as table tennis, snookers, or any other board game, come challenge me. I like a good challenge. Or on some days, I could go to the cinema, which is also not far from the city centre as well. Another advantage of staying at John Fortis Court. Now, usually, I try to play football later at night at the sports centre. You just have to book ahead, which I usually do like twice in a week. You know, a brother needs some form of exercise, right? Settling into Stirling is quite an easy one, coupled with the fact that it's a very friendly community. So guys, that's literally how an average day or two in my life looks like in Stirling. Do not forget to drop your thoughts in the comment section as well. I'll be right here to reply to your comments. And guys, that's all I have for you guys in this particular video. Follow University of Stirling on all social media platforms as well. And definitely have a good one, guys. Peace.